Well, everyone, payday has arrived. Payday has arrived. Payday has arrived. It's Book of Katherine, and I do Twitter. I do a lot of Twitter. And on Twitter, I talk about a lot of things. A lot of things. And one of the things I talk about, no one really knows where I stand because they're used to seeing things as left or they're used to seeing things as right. And they have forgotten that most Americans are in the middle and are commonsensical and just see the world as, it kind of really is. I'm one of those people, and I actually talk about it. I actually open my mouth and say what I see. And you know one of the things I saw? Oh, I saw something good. I saw something so freaking big. Oh, I saw Hill and Knowlton. I saw their new assignment. Oh, I bet you guys already know. What I'm excited about. Yeah, this is a victory dance. It's the first day I can do a victory dance. But I can do a victory dance. Yes, and this is it. Oh, my dancing's come down so far. This is my victory dance. You know why? Hill Knowlton. For those of you who do not know and who have not been on my Twitter feed very long, Hill and Knowlton is the big, huge advertising company that is it's like the evil one. It's like the bad guy. Oh, it's like the Grinch. Oh, it's like the Grinch from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. It's like the bad one that sits up on the top of the hill looking down on all the other advertising agency. It does all the dirty work that no one else wants because they don't want to be seen doing the dirty work. They did big tobacco. They're responsible for so many deaths. Oh my God. Oh, they've covered Scientology. They've covered asbestos. I mean, okay, it's all in my research. They've done so much crap. Oh, they've covered all these horrible. They even got us into the Gulf War. Oh, to the Gulf War. You're like, how did an advertising agency get us into the Gulf War? Oh my God. Okay, well, I will not get into that, but they even yeah, they did. They actually hired someone to come and testify before Congress. It was the advertisers on Fifth Avenue, the Mad Men. They were "Whoa, score!" That was the biggest coup of the advertising world. They owned Congress. They convinced America, who had not been going to war for a decade and finally got out of the Cold War and everything. And everyone was yeah, we're not going to war. Hill and Knowlton of Big Tobacco was credited with getting the United States to go back to war. That's Hill and Knowlton. They're those guys. And they've done a ton of other projects too, right? They've worked for a ton of other rad guys. But you'll find out that, that little Wikipedia that hides information from everybody. Oh, that is their little front page for everybody. You'll notice that Wikipedia doesn't talk much about who Hill and Knowlton represents anymore. Oh, but it didn't get past me. It did not get past me. They work on the Her movement. The Her movement. They work on the Her movement. And it was magic. Just magic how, because you're why would this big bad evil place do the Her movement? That's for positive things. What's the trick in that? What do they have to sell about the Her movement? If Western women, go ahead and look in the 90s. They were hired in the 90s, the mid 90s is when they were hired. You go ahead and look at the catwalk and see how women were doing in the mid 90s. You remember the catwalk? Remember Too Funky? I'll attach it right here. Too Funky? That's how women were. That's how Western women were in the 90s. Western women were doing just fine. We didn't need a Her movement in the mid 90s. We were we were doing great. We were just empowered. The catwalk is a great place. Fashion. We were wah. And now women ask, why are all of our women on the catwalk walking like this? And everyone tries to give explanations. Well, we want to show the clothes. Well, we want to do that. No. It's Hill and Knowlton. Oh. And I do it all. It's all on my Twitter feed. It's all on there. And I know you have to dig, but it's out there. Maybe someone shared it on their Pinterest or whatever. But I put it all out there. And basically, Hill and Knowlton started rolling it back slowly but surely. They had like a 30-year plan and just every single year made another change to women's advertising and like paid all the photographers and all the magazines to just change the coloring a little bit, just change it, and let's do the hair a little bit. Let's just change it, and they just tap the woman here and tap the woman there, tap. Like I did a picture of Julia Roberts, how she's changed over the years. Like here is Julia Roberts here, like and big hair and da 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 and and right, and then da da da, and then boom, she in grayscale, and then boom, and now it's like Julia Roberts, hair tied back, no makeup, no, and covered up to here. And now all the women everywhere, like even product packaging for women is like in men. It's like actually men's product packaging. Like when you look for shaving cream for women, like it comes up as like men's product packaging or just men's shaving cream. Like femininity is like gone. That's a trick. That's a pretty freaking neat trick, right? And so I started putting out things like, okay, how we used to be before Hill and Knowlton and how they are now. How they used to be before Hilton now, how they are now. And like, this is the formula. Like now, all in women in movies, it's like this. Boom. No makeup, no brows, like not nude lips, just you can't even see the lips. And then coverage up to here. Does that look familiar to you? Like that, but it doesn't look familiar to you because this is color and they put the wrong makeup on the girls. Like you'll notice when they advertise TV stars to her, all the makeup doesn't look right. Like it doesn't look right on the skin. And you don't notice it until you start putting old pictures up. And I love Pope Librarian and stuff like that because it really helps me get pictures from back then. So I just started comparing all the pictures from before Hill and Knowlton to now and started doing like progressions and putting it out there. And then like when I really realized what happened is that I kind of like inversed who was funding Hill and Knowlton because Hill and Knowlton, they don't have any other clients. Hill and Knowlton is expensive. Like big tobacco, like they are expensive. And I was like, who's wealthy enough? Who's wealthy enough to like handle an account this big? Like that's a massive account. Oh, and I also noticed that Hill and Knowlton, their marketing for women was only this terrible for women in the Western world. Like they only did that for Western women. Step outside to like Asia or Africa, and it's like explosion, like ha-pow, bright colors and empowering women and red and white and on and on. And I was just like, look, they know how to do it. They know how to empower women. Like, look, side by side. Like, it is a choice. Like, International Women's Day was a big. They'd be like, oh, smile. And they put on pea green and a woman that was like, oh, God, it was such a revelation, like their whole marketing campaign. Oh, God. Anyway, so I started putting all this up and being like, and I started trying to dress more Western, like, while I can, because what I figured out was I was like, what can we tell from how they're dressing all these women and how they're making all the advertising for women? What is it that we can learn about who their clients are that are paying for all of this funding to be this way, like all the costuming departments for all the women in all of our TV programming, and like what can we infer from all of this research? And I found out that all of the clothing and all of the makeup and all of the hair conformed with Hasidic Jewish law and Sharia law. I even put up the rules and like side by side, and I was just like even the runway girls, they even have the runway girls in some of the runways wearing the wigs that the women wear on Hasidic law. And amazingly enough, like a lot of the fashion icons of today are actually the fashion icons for Hasidic Jewish women. Those used to be known as like the most oppressed women in America. And now our fashion icons are the style icons. Like our entire industry is for that. Like if you saw the couture video, I even put it up. Like the couture of today for Valentino is like literally like Sharia garb. All you have to do is put on the head and boom, you can go A woman can enter in to a mosque, and she's good. Well, she has to enter in and then go upstairs because segregated from men, because if you go in front of the men, you actually invalidate their prayers. Anyway, so I've been publishing all this research and being like, woman, go out there and wear it, wear the big earrings, go wear it, go look what you can be, go smile, go to it. And I've been publishing like the Vogue covers and the Vogue pictures and like showing the Vogue covers and being like, look how this like lines up to, and also like no makeup, just plain face, no makeup all the time. And I've been showing all the Vogue covers, how it's like, you know, just cover up. And if they show anything, it'll be just like this. It'll be like this much skin. Like it'll be all covered up. And then like just this corner, they'll like open up the short shirt and it'll be like this little corner of skin to like, you know, cover up the fact that she's completely covered, right? But then it'll be hair totally pulled back, totally in conformity with both religions. And both religions have enough money to fund Hill and Knowlton, for sure. And it'll explain why they took the gig, right? And I was like, this is exactly why you don't hire sociopaths. Like, that's exactly why you don't do that for your gigs. Everyone thinks, oh, they're charming, they're so powerful, and they're able to convince so many people. Why don't I hire them for my company? And I was like, because they're willing to do business with people like this. They're willing to, like, hurt society. So everyone wonders, like, why we've gone backwards. Like, I even showed, like, it explained why the women were so powerful in the original Blade Runner, and then why they're not in the one now. Why they look completely weak and diminutive. And why they're disappearing from movies. Like, that is totally, it's so smart. It's so smart. And then I got my Vogue today. Well, I saw it last night. And I freaked that I couldn't tape. This is the first time. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? I can't even believe it because it was a picture taken. It was a picture taken now. Like, one of the key things is that if a woman has her hair down or out, they grayscale out. They actually take it in grayscale. They don't do that for men. Like, when you grayscale, it takes the power away. I can't even get it. You know, there are some photographers who did it back in the day. What made it look powerful, but not the grayscale they do it. Like, look at Glamour magazine and look at what they have as the banner. Like, Hill Knowlton definitely did a photo shoot with Anne Hathaway. And you could tell she fought it. Like, she fought it so hard. Like, they tried to make her hair stringy and flat. And she could tell, like, she tried to pull it out and still show her hair and everything like that. And they had her lay on the floor and everything like that. But you could tell, like, she really tried to keep her power. Like, she really tried. And what they do is they get into these photo shoots and they treat them like crap, so that they get these girls, like, depressed, and then they get the sad face on them, and then they have a terrible, that's how they get these horrible looks on their face. So they think it's advertising, and you're like, oh, she's smiling. Oh, like, they just did the wax figure of a girl, and they're like, oh, look at the princess, her wax figure's there. And they're like, isn't she look great? And she actually has, like, a snarl on her face, like a, And I was like, that's a terrible look. And it's not on accident. Like, it's not a glamorous look. Like, Glamour Mag, if you go on their feed, it's anything but glamorous. And that's the point. Because it's only in the Western world that women can be glamorous. So go look at that Too Funky video and see what we used to do. Go look at, like, the 80s pictures of Julia Roberts. Watch Mystic Pizza. See what women used to be like. Because we were way more free to be ourselves and, like, be out there and stuff like that. Like, when you watch my Ben Shapiro Q&A, like, I decided to go all out. I was like, Western, I'm showing my skin while I still can. Like, I'm showing my skin. Because in Sweden, the women are wearing burqas so they don't get touched. Like, non-Muslim, the Swedish women have adopted burqas. And I was like, I said it, I'm going to wear it while I can. And apparently, just, I don't know. She's not one of my insiders. Oh my God. Like, are you seeing this? Sorry, I'm jumping up and down, but... Ah! Ah! Western woman! Western woman! Like, Western woman! Like, she felt like that woman could, like, she looks like she could, oh. Like, is there anything that woman can't do? Oh, look at that. Like, look at that. Like, do you know what? Like, usually my Vogues come and, like, they sit on the kitchen counter and I don't notice them forever. They can sit on there for months. And, like, this came and I, like, came through the kitchen. I was like, what, but the what? And, like, I had to pick it up immediately. You know this is going to sell like hotcakes. Like, who doesn't want to be her right now? Like, who doesn't want to be that? No wonder I'm seeing it all over Twitter. Like, oh, you got to want to get Rihanna's look? Yeah, I want to get Rihanna's look. Like, look at those eyes, you guys. Oh, look at those eyes. Like, look at that. And look at the hair. Oh, look at the hair. And it actually has, like, color in the magazine. Oh, and she's showing shoulder. She's like, I'm showing shoulder. Look at how much shoulder. She did not show a little bit of shoulder. She showed a lot of shoulder, and she made sure to show tattoo. And notice the earrings. She did not show small earrings. She showed big earrings. She showed jewelry on her wrist, because in those religions, you're not supposed to wear jewelry. So she's wearing jewelry on her wrist. She's wearing huge earrings. She has her tattoo on her shoulder. She's showing a lot of shoulder. She's showing a glittery top. And look at that gorgeous hair. There's like this quote somewhere, I forget where it came from, but it says like a woman's hair is her glory. It's like maybe it's Khalil Gibran or something like that. Someone's going to have to tweet me and tell me where it's from. A woman's hair is her glory. This makes me think of that. This makes me think of that. Glory! Ah! Rawr. Rihanna, like, you are so... Like, I bow down right now. Like, I couldn't fall asleep for so long. And my husband was so worried. He was like, you're going to hurt yourself. Because, like, I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm going to hurt the magazine. Okay, are we just looking? Can we look forever? I'm never going to open this. I have to go buy more magazines. And that's the first time I've wanted to buy another Vogue since, like, I got it. Like, I get the subscription for, like, $5 a year. That's why I keep up to date with it. It helps me stay on culture, whatever. So, it just flip through it. I can tell through the pictures where our culture is. I don't read the articles. You can tell just by reading the titles. I kind of scan them a little bit. You have to be really careful. But, oh my goodness, you guys. This is a switch. And Vogue did it. Do you know that means they took a stand against Knowlton? Like, that must have been a big... And I'm telling you, it's going to sell. You guys know you want it. This is a big switch. Not only that, but have you guys noticed that when they use a black woman lately, it's been really pissing me off. When they use a black woman, they have been using like a black background. Like they have this gorgeous black woman, and then they put her against like this ebony background. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, are they not allowed to stand? Like, what the heck? You're not allowed to have a lip background? Like, they just fade in. So it's always like mud. I've really hated that. I've really hated that. Like, I can't hang the pictures. Like, so they just fade in. And it just looks like this dark, chocolate, cover. And I'm just like, I don't want that. Like, I want, like, a standout cover. And this is. Like, this sky brings out, like, her eyes. It really, really pops the eyes out. Which it should. And so, like, we get to see her. Oh. And it just reminds me of the other covers. Oh, okay, I'm wearing myself out. I'm so excited. So I just had to do a video saying, thank you, Vogue, thank you. And I was screaming last night. I was really, really screaming last night. But I cannot tell you, like, after documenting the last 20 years, you guys do not understand what a shift I don't know if you do. Maybe you do if you've been reading my Twitter feed. Don't stay silent. Your every voice counts. It may not have been my voice. It may have been my voice affecting another voice, affecting another voice, affecting... Who knows? Like, Who knows? Maybe somebody figured it out on their own. I don't know. Maybe it's me complaining to my insiders. I don't know, but I know that to go against Hill and Knowlton, you guys, like going against Big Tobacco, do you understand? Do you understand? Yeah, I'm so happy. Oh. Okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go lay down. Oh my God. Oh, please make more Vogue. Please make more. Please make more. Please put women in like pink and big hair and like do curly hair. Like curly hair shouldn't be legal and like not extensions, like real hair. Like please, like natural hair. Like can we please, like, you know, like continue with like, cause I really like Sweden, they're wearing burqas. Like, can you please celebrate us? Please. Oh, please. Oh, gosh. Was it that France picture? Oh, was it that France one they did on, like, Easter? Was that it? Like, is that one? I don't know. I am assuming a lot, just thinking that it's me. I shouldn't do that. So I usually don't think it's me, but for some reason, I don't know. So, but I don't care. I'm just so happy. I don't care. I'm happy. I'm so happy. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm just very happy because it's been really hard seeing women that way. Really hard. So freaking phenomenal. So you don't know what it's like. You men have no idea what it's like for a woman to see that and just like to feel like you see yourself and you're like, oh, and you want to grab the magazine because you're like, I want to be like that. Like, it feels really good to want to grab a Vogue again because you feel like you're represented again. God, like, that just hasn't happened. Like, the other covers, you're like, oh, I have to be like that? It's a horrible feeling. But this, you're like, oh, I want to be like that. Oh, God, it's good to feel that way again. All right, I better go. Much love to whoever the heck, all the people, Rihanna. Props to you, girl. Bam. Props. Oof. Dang, girl. Fierce.